Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. How's it going? Happy Thursday. What's everybody doing? I am trying to open these jars of paint, and I never clean around my rims, so they're glued on here like super glue. So I thought I would try to get that out of the way. How's it going? My name is Debbie Tona. I am a furniture artist and brick and mortar store owner of a store called Tona Transformations in Nampa, Idaho. And every other Thursday, I come on live on Miscellaneous and we do something. I generally do furniture, but I didn't have anything prepped today at the last minute. I kind of had a rough morning with somebody passed in my family. It was an uncle. I mean, I haven't seen him in years, but still, kind of takes you down. But it was kind of behind the eight ball for me today. So I'm here now. I'm smiling, and we are rocking and rolling. So welcome to the Miscellaneous page. When you jump on, if you guys wouldn't mind letting me know that you're here, tell me where you're from, where you're watching from. So I am streaming live on 3 different platforms. I am on Miss Lillian's Facebook, my own Facebook, and my YouTube channel. So I'm live everywhere. So catch me on any one of those. I grabbed I have these like wall sconce things. What is that? What they're called? Wall sconcey things. Which camera am I? I'm on the wrong camera. I gotta switch cameras, you guys. I'm on my computer camera. Hold on. Oh, I can do this pretty seamlessly. Let me see. Hold on. Hopefully I can. Ooh, I didn't pick the right one. I don't want the one that looks at me straight on. I wonder why. Okay, hold on. 2 seconds. There we go. That's the one I wanted. So you can see what I'm doing. Oh, this is a much better camera anyhow. So I've got these wall sconces. I got 2 of them. These are nice heavy duty. I was just on a picking trip recently, so I picked these up. And thought these would be fun. They hang, from the wall. They're pretty hefty too. So I'm just going to bring you guys down so we can see what we've got going on. And is that light kind of distracting? It seems a little bright on my screen, but so we've got 2 of them. So I thought I would play with some blues. I have Enchanted Night, Statesboro, which is a pretty, I don't know, it's a softer blue, more like a country blue. I've got Seaside Gray, which is a gray blue. It's not really, it's a gray, but with a blue undertone. I should say that. I got this minty colored called, I don't even know if we carry this one anymore. I had this old paint forever, something mint. It's very pretty. If we don't, we have a similar color to this. I know we still have this one. And the tag ripped off, so I don't know what color this is. If anybody's watching, let me know. We have a lot of colors that are very similar in hue, but super fun, super pretty. Here's our lids. These are kind of easier to see the colors on. Right? A darker blue, a turquoisey teal, a mint, a softer blue. So I thought we just paint them together. What do you guys think? So I'm just going to take, all I do is I use a container. I don't paint out of my jars because basically I don't need that much paint. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of each color into my little dollar store Tupperware dealy boppy thing. I buy these at the Dollar Tree because it comes 3 in a pack. Well, it used to be $1, now it's $1.25. But I like them because I use them for classes and stuff, and I wash them. Ooh, that's nice and thick. This is old paint. I found this from a long time ago in my cupboard, and I thought, oh, I'm going to use it. I don't know that we have this color anymore. It's called Mila Mint. I don't know. I don't think we do, but anyhow, we have another mint if I don't have it. We don't have it in the line. Okay. So this is our palette. It's pretty, huh? Really pretty. Okay. So let me just put this so you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So I'm just going to basically, let me think about how I'm going to do this. I cleaned this. This thing was covered in grease. Like whoever's house this came out of, covered in grease. what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a base coat down. It's kind of a slick surface, okay? It is a slick resin material. So basically, we just need to get some paint to stick. When you do that, you just get the paint to stick, and then you can continue. And I'm going to blend a bunch of colors on here. We're going to kind of play with the colors. But we've got to start by just throwing down a base coat. Now, it's going to be streaky. That's totally normal. The thing about using a no-wax chalk paint is that the first coat is always going to kind of be one of those a little more streaky, and that's exactly how it should be. If you try to cover it in one coat, it's, for one, never going to dry, and two, you're going to waste a lot of paint. I'm going to get my brush that's pointy to get down inside these little crevices here. I'm just trying to get something to cover this ugly ivory plastic looking stuff. And yeah, having these brushes that this is like a French tip type of brush that has the point, it helps me to get down in those little grooves. And I want to get all up in this, up in here. This paint, and the thing is, it's going to be streaky, and that's normal. A lot of people think from what they hear or see other people do that it just covers so great in the first coat. It doesn't. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. You put a first coat down, it kind of gives you a really good base, and then you work from that. Hey, Ronnie, how's it going, darling? How are you enjoying your day today? So we're just going to throw it down, and I'm going to get see all these little, whatever they are, decorative elements on here. I'm going to really just use this brush, and that's what's great about a brush with a tip, and just kind of get it down in there. And I don't care if I have brush strokes, because it's just going to add to the textury look of this piece, you know? By layering paint upon paint, it does help it to just give it that really cool look. So I'm just going to use this pointed brush to get all inside of those. That's the only bad thing about these. They have so many nooks and crooks and crevices and everything on here. So how's everybody doing today? Anybody got anything fun going on coming up soon? Who's got a vacation planned? Anybody going somewhere fun? Tell me about it. Where are you going? I don't have any vacations planned in the summer. We actually so I'm in Idaho. And here, to be totally honest with you guys, like, we just got summer like a week ago. We've had winter all the way through May. Like, yes, it was cold. Like, I was freezing every day. And now we went from 1 week, we went from like 50s and 30s at night to like 90, 99. Crazy, right? What kind of weather is that? I'm going to turn this and kind of go from the back because it's easier. I can't get that brush all the way down there. You get the sides. I don't know if we're going to get both of these done because I don't want to have you guys just sit here and watch me do this. It's not very much fun. The fun is the second, when we start blending all the other colors. I'm just going to throw a bunch of colors on it because I think it's a cool piece that all the colors will actually work well. You power wash the side of your house. You go, girl. My friend Ronnie, who lives in Massachusetts. Everybody all over the country. You know what's so great about like these, like being on Miss Lillian's paint page or even on my own, is that there's people from all over the world, right? Isn't that insane? What did we do, just 20 years ago? Not even 20 years ago. Do you remember before we had this ability to do all this stuff? Do you guys remember? Come on, we all remember, right? Unless you're super young. What it was like before we connected with people all over the world. I have followers that live in New Zealand and Australia and England. It's just friends all over the world. Okay, let's throw the dryer on this. Yeah, it was cold most of May where you live too. It's 85. We're about the same today. I think we're in the high 70s. We cooled down, but we're supposed to be 90 by the weekend. So here, probably like where you live, it goes from winter to summer in like 1 week. Got the 70s yesterday. I was like, oh, finally we have a day of spring, right? It's insane. I am always jealous of my family and friends that live in Florida in the wintertime here because it's freezing here. And so the wintertime is when we go on vacation. Because in Idaho, January is definitely cold in the 20s, you know, every night, every day, not every night, every day. So we usually go somewhere tropical in January. So in the summer, I like to stay home because I have a pool. And yes, Susan, Susan says, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. You are very true. And then I see like I have family in Florida. They're like, it's 80 and it's like December. I'm like, I think I could live there, but I don't know if I want to live with all those people. I don't think I want to have that many friends. I think about moving all the time. I'm like, Texas, I don't mind the humidity. I will tell you that Idaho is very dry heat, so we don't have humidity here. If we ever do, if it's like we get those fun summer thunderstorms, people are like complaining about how humid it is. I'm like, you have no clue like what it's like to be humid, right? For those of you that live eastern. Okay, so we've got all these fun colors, right? It's actually kind of pretty from far away. You can see how the paint's dried, but do you see how streaky it is? That's cool. Like I said, we're not going to stress out about it. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to go over and I'm going to show you how magically, with just a second coat, it covers. Now there's no more streakiness. Can you see that difference? So that's why the first coat is fine to be streaky. I try to warn people about that, and that's why we do these type of educational videos. Not so much to just show you like techniques, but just the basics, right? Just first coats are always streaky, then boom, it's like night and day, right? Isn't that insane? So don't stress, don't fret. I had somebody tell me paint doesn't work. I'm like, honey, it works. You just gotta be patient. So yes, look at how much different, right? Not a second coat, but it does cover. So we're going to go ahead and blend while this paint is wet on here. And I'm going to get down in these crevices because now I can see them a little bit more. The crevices are always the hardest part. So make sure you flip your piece so that you can get into it. I know it's hard because I'm on camera, but I'm trying to want to paint the whole thing and go, oh my gosh, there's a big white spot down in the middle I should have painted. Okay, because I'm going to have two of these. These are so pretty. They look very rich and regal, just like this, right? But let's dip into some other colors and see what happens when we start kind of experimenting with the other colors I have here in my little bowl. So we put the dark blue on, which is Enchanting Night, which is an absolutely gorgeous color. And I thought maybe we add a little bit of the teal, which I wish, ooh, look at how pretty that is. So the blue of Enchanting Night is still wet. I'm going to dip into a little bit of that mint. And then all of a sudden, we've got changes, right? I'm just going to lightly go over the top and just hit these and see what starts to happen. I'm going to play with a little bit of this lighter seaside gray. I like to kind of just play with my blend and then figure out where I want it to be. Now, it's going to dry, and as it dries, we're just going to keep adding some layers. This is the easiest way, you guys, to change up and switch up your home decor. It's fun. It's affordable. How many of you, raise a hand, how about hearts or thumbs up or something, or howdy yes, has this kind of stuff laying around your house. Me, I have a whole, like you've changed your aesthetic, right? You've moved, it doesn't go anymore. The mint is really pretty in here, by the way. You're just like, I don't like the look of this. And all of a sudden it's in the closet because you're like, oh, it's good, but I don't know what to do with it. We're all guilty of that, right? All guilty. Me, I have a whole spare room full of crap in my house that just is sitting there because I changed. I went from like it's funny, in my old house when we bought it, we've lived in our house now for 11 years, but when we first moved, we went from a brand new house to a older house that had like the big front porch and like it wasn't a wraparound deck, but it was halfway wraparound deck, you know, that kind of look, right? Out in the country type of thing. And it was a totally different aesthetic. So my like gold and brown and all my neutrals didn't work. So then what do? You take all the stuff, you put it in a spare room or you donate it and you get rid of it and you go buy all new stuff. And you search and you search and you search and you search and you can't find anything that matches because it's not out there, the colors that you want. Well, why not just take what you've got? I'm loving this mint. And update it. Reuse, recycle. Don't have to go buy anything new. Just buy a little bit of paint. And what's the worst thing that can happen? You don't like it? What's the big deal? Maybe you're out of, $20 or so for some paint, but why not, right? Upcycle this stuff. And a lot of this stuff that I get, now this one I found at a yard sale. It has a matching set. I was picking recently in another state. I went up to Oregon to go pick. Picking means I went to buy furniture. And because I'm a furniture artist, I paint a lot of furniture. And I found this at a yard sale. There's a pair of them. The lady probably changed her aesthetic and she probably no longer needed them. I'm loving, and the paint's starting to dry, you guys. So I'm just kind of adding it in. And now when I take my brush and lightly go over the top, it's kind of giving me that layered texture look. Isn't it pretty? I love these colors together. So I'm just kind of playing with it. Here's the top that we didn't get a second coat on. Try not to pick it up because I'm going to get paint all over my hands. There's the blue. And then we're going to add a little bit. I'm loving this mint. And the other color that I'm liking is this teal color. Just kind of just playing with them. I'm going to let them kind of get a little tacky and dry. And then what that's going to do is allow me, I still see some more white. And every time you turn this dang thing, you're going to see more white. I hate that. But I see more white over here. It's like when I paint chairs and I turn them upside down. I never see the bottoms, and then all of a sudden there's like all these unpainted portions. And this thing being white as the base, I can really see it. Okay. Then we're gonna let that dry a little bit more. Let's dry it, and then we're gonna just kind of dry brush over it. The colors are blending really good together. Now it's starting to give me an antique look. You know what would be great with this? Do I have my waxes? I don't have any. I don't know what I did with my super shifter waxes. What did I do with those? Those would be really pretty on here too. To just give us a little bit of. They're pretty, huh, Ronnie? They're just blues, shades of blue with. Basically, I didn't use the the warmer blues. I used the Enchanted Night and then the mint. And then I don't know what this teal color is. The jar doesn't have it on there, but it's really pretty. So basically 3 colors. The other 2 I just threw in my jar and we ended up not using, which is fine. You can scoop them back up, put them back in your thing. So no, anybody got any summer plans? So we're not going anywhere this summer so far. I don't know, I could change my mind. But we are, my husband has a big birthday coming up. So 4th of July is his birthday. He's a firecracker for sure. And he's turning 70. So old. And I'm like, how did we get so old, honey? What happened? How did we get this old? Weren't we just like in our 40s? So we're having a big party for him. His family is all coming from out of state to visit. So we have like 60 people coming to our house for the 4th. So it's going to be fun. So that's our big hoorah for this summer. You know, when you own your own business, it's kind of hard to get away and do things. What do you guys think of this? Do you like how it came out? I think this is so pretty. Okay, let's show the before and after, because this is where it really is the best. Now we can paint the other one totally different, or we can paint it the same. Right? That's crazy, right? Totally different scheme. My brush lost some bristle. It's crazy. Okay. Must be stuck on. And I still see a white hole. Gosh darn it. That dang white is going to be. You got to get right down there. Okay. Now, another fun thing to put on this would be like some glaze. It is pretty, huh? I like that. You know what? Some kind of a. I don't know where my color shifting waxes are. I have color shifting waxes from Miss Lillian's. Let me see if I can find them. We can experiment on one of them, but that's a big before and after. I don't know what I did with them. I had a bunch, and then I think I let one of my customers borrow them, and I okay. I do have some. Gosh, I've had these for. I do have some. I had big ones too, but I think I gave them to one of my customers because she really wanted one. So these are the Super Shifter waxes. So they're very like an opalescent kind of color. A purple. This one is a green. It goes Dragon Empress. This one is Delphine. This one is Europa. It's like a purple. Let's see what they all look like. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do a test on my arm. That's how I always do it. That's how I see what color they are and what they look like before I dedicate it to like a piece. Right? Because you never know. I have a feeling this green one right here is going to look really cool. I've had these for a while. Look at that. Can you see that sparkle? Oh, you know what's going to happen? I'm not going to know which lids went on which one now. Okay. These are an oil-based wax, so they will be permanent. This is a no wax chalk paint, so you don't have to. This is the purple one. You don't have to. That's pretty too. And it's, I gotta say, on camera, I'm looking, it's not as, it's almost like those color changing cars, you know, those paints that change color on a car. Ooh, look at the purple one. And every angle that you look at it on camera, it's not showing as the same as it is in real life. I have a lot of hues of the purples. I'm gonna have to get some more of these. This is more of a blue one, which would be pretty, but I think this one will be cool. Let's try it a little bit. If we don't like it, we don't have to do it. I am going to use my finger on it. I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. Maybe in the lid. It's just that my nails are long, so I can't get it to like go in anything. Oh, there we go. Look, it's just giving it a little highlight, right? That's pretty. Ooh. These things are so cool. And the thing is that these little pots, this is like the samplers, they last like forever. What do you guys think? And if you use your finger, you can kind of direct it. And I try to use my ring finger. That way I don't apply too much pressure. And I mean, can you see on my dirty finger how little, not how much, I am using? Hardly any. Now I could use a brush because I'd like to get down in there too. But I tend to use a little bit more when I use a little artist brush. Crap, let me see if I can get. Well, I have a little tiny one right here. Just a little shimma. And then you can always use your finger and kind of scuff it out if you want. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot to get a little bit of a shine. Can you guys see it? It's pretty, huh? So these are called the Miscellaneous Super Duper Shifting Waxes. You can buy these. I don't have any more in stock in my store, but you can buy these. I did put my code on there. You can buy them directly from Miscellaneous. Her shipping is super, super fast. They comes in a variety of colors. Like they're super shifters because they shift colors. And they're just fun. And it's just that little bit of almost like a secret sauce that you don't see right on pieces. It just gives it that little bit of boom, boom, boom that it needs. I'm going to put this on my finger and see if I can take it just like right across here. See how it's easier sometimes to just stick it on your finger. And you guys, I've had this pot of wax probably, when I start being a content creator with Miscellaneous, when I start selling Miscellaneous, I bet 3 or 4 years I've had this little pot of wax. It doesn't dry out because it is oil-based. So it dries and it stays able to be used forever. Isn't the green cool, Ronnie? Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I'm trying to do it so you can see it when I put it on. It's an opalescent kind of shimma. It's pretty. I'm digging this. And you guys, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say that we do have with Miscellaneous some kind of a little sampleware, maybe not. You might have to buy it. You might have to buy it in the bigger things, but that's pretty. I really like this one. And it's you to add as little or less or much as you want. How about a little bit right kind of in this middle? Super cool waxes. And then just take your finger and just kind of give it a little spread out. And it does just, look, it's all off of my finger. It just comes off and then it sticks on there, but it's not coming off, right? It's there. It's permanent now. Let's do a little bit up here. If my nails weren't so long, I could sit my finger on the pot. The nails are too long. So if you guys do like this, you can feel free to share this video. If you have questions about using any of the paint or anything, remember that Miscellaneous paint is self-sealing, meaning it's a no wax chalk paint, meaning it does not have to be sealed with any type of wax or top coat. If you want extra durability, you can use our luster top coat, satin, we've got it in different sheens. You can use a flat, a satin, semi-gloss or gloss. But yeah, it just has a bunch of different sheens and it's super fun. Oh my gosh, I'm digging this. Look at that. It just adds a little bit, right? That it needed. Now look at the before. All right, with a little bit of shimma shimma. So should I do this one the same? Or I might just sell, I don't know if people want matching sconces. That's the hardest part. I never know how to paint them. Do I paint them to match or do I paint the other one in a coordinating color? Because more than likely, if it was me, I'd just have one. But they're so pretty. These are heavy too. Like I'm getting, my biceps are really flexing to pick that puppy up. Pretty, huh? Okay, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. This was so easy. Like it took half an hour I've been on. Done, sealed, throw it on the wall. So do you think you can do that? I mean, seriously, it's like so easy. All you need is a jar of paint. Like I use 3 colors. You don't have to use 3 colors. You can use 1 color because really the super shifter waxes added the final little jejum that it needed. But yeah, super fun. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to sign off. But if you do, all you got to do is leave them in the comments. Myself or somebody from Miscellaneous will get back to you and let you know. We have a code up in the description on the Miscellaneous page if you want to, or if you want to buy any paint. It's a affiliate link. I get a credit if you order off of my code, or if you live local, you can stop in. And I also have Miscellaneous on my website, which is tonatransformations.com. And also, you guys, don't forget, go look for local retailers. Local retailers are a wealth of information. They're owning brick and mortar stores. They have booths in antique malls. They are there to help you and make your projects successful because we want you to have successful projects and use products and teach you. So anybody that comes in here, I love to help them pick out what they need, the right paint, the right everything to go with it. So utilize retailers. And Miscellaneous, if you go to her page, you can find a retailer near me. We're all over the nation. So you guys, thanks so much for watching. Please have an amazing rest of your Thursday. Enjoy summer and school. Last day of school was for most, my grandsons got out last week, but the other half of the schools got out today. So have fun with those babies, love and kiss them. And as I always say, go out, be fabulous.